Okay, hello everyone. The question of today is how much lead distance should you give a duck when you're waterfowling? So ducks fly roughly, 40 to 60 miles an hour. I've heard mallards and wood duck actually I've heard wood duck is the fastest, mallard is second. So, I mean, they're very, very fast if you've seen them fly while hunting. Yeah, they're quick. So let's just pick numbers, between 40 and 60 miles an hour. That's one thing that we have to consider is the speed of the duck. The other thing that we have to consider is what is the speed of your shot, and the other thing is what is the distance away from you, is the duck. So we have all the information we need really to do some quick calculations based on this chart, which came from New Hunter's Guide, who's a YouTuber. Fantastic. If you're a new hunter or an experienced hunter, you should go check him out. Now, this is the distance in yards away, and this is the actual speed of your shot when it hits the target. So you can use this to calculate the amount of energy that actually hits the duck. And there's a separate chart he has. Basically, after 40 yards, there's like no energy left in the shot. You really shouldn't be shooting past that. But the amazing thing is that because these speeds at the different distances are shown here, we can do some pretty quick calculations to say, well, this is the distance, this is the shot speed, and then just a quick average of them. So you can check out my formulas from E9 to E10, average it. Let's go all the way down to here, E18 through E9, just average those. So 9 and 18. So the math should be fine. So this is your average velocity at, say, 50 meters, 50 yards away. Now, the distance, just converting times 3, you can see the formula. So that's how far away the duck is in feet. Now, how long did it take the shot to travel that length of time? So G18, which is the distance, by F18, F, which is the average speed. So it took 0.16 of a second to go that far. And if you're shooting somewhere stupidly far, like 70 meters, it basically takes a quarter of a second for that shot to actually go that far. So you should never shoot that far, obviously. But how much lead time does that mean that you should have to give? And here's what surprised me, is how far did that duck travel in the length of time that it took the shot to get there. So if at 40 yards, 120 feet, that duck has traveled in 0.12 of a second, it's actually traveled almost 9 feet. So how much lead should you be giving that duck at 40 yards? And again, that's at 50 miles an hour. I mean, it goes up even more if it's at 60, right? Lower at 40. So you can see all of these numbers just jump right away as I do. But let's go back to 40. Sorry, back to 50. That's it in feet per second. That's the conversion. So all this math should be right. So essentially, you have to be aiming quite far ahead of a duck that's traveling at 50 miles an hour at 40 yards. And it's higher than you too. Maybe I'll do a separate calculation for how much higher you have to shoot. But evidently there's not a lot of drop at 40 for a shotgun. I mean, the drop versus the spread is very little. And at that point, it's just a matter of patterning your gun. To know where your pattern is and how good it is. It would be the more important than giving yourself some height. So anyway, I hope this is helpful. Actually, let's do a quick Google it. Average speed of a goose. Goose flight speed. And it's around 40 miles an hour for a goose. So this is your lead for a goose is 7 feet. And if this is wrong, let me know. If you have any other opinions based on your experience, let me know. But I just thought that I would provide this information based on the math that's out there. Okay, thanks everyone.